lot of work to the one guys in the town. Yeah. They're like very
Be reminded that as we are gathered here today to reflect and remember the sacrifices of so many, let us also reaffirm our commitment to each other with deep empathy and with deep grace.
Senator Dave Cortese.
I know that remembrance has been with us all over each and every year of the last 20 years, but there's been something about this 20th anniversary that I think has brought this all back to us in a very deep way. This resolution, the California resolution on the 20th anniversary of September 11th, was a very profound moment this past week on the floor of our respective houses. It was a time when I uncharacteristically kept quiet. Assembly Member Lowe and I would like to present this 20th anniversary of September 11th resolution. This is the exact print of the resolution adopted on the floor of the Senate and of the State Assembly this past week. Thank you.
Even after the first responders witnessed the collapse of Tower 2 and the certain death of countless colleagues, those same first responders continued tirelessly working in Tower 1 and on the street below to save every person they possibly could. But it wasn't just the first responders that answered the call that day. There were civilians who put others before themselves. In Flight 93, at least 4 passengers, Todd Beamer, Mark Bingham, Tom Burnett, and Jeremy Glick, decided to fight back in an effort to keep the plane they were on from becoming yet another destructive missile.
The airphone operator, who has been on the line with the passenger, Todd Beamer, overhears Todd ask 3 other passengers, including Mark Bingham, "Are you guys ready?" She doesn't hear their response, but she hears Todd's 3 last words. "Okay, let's roll."
Please welcome Lieutenant Colonel Walker Pierce Percy.
20 years ago today, just 102 days after being commissioned as a second lieutenant, I can remember standing in that office, watching that coverage shortly after that first aircraft hit the North Tower, saying to myself, that's strange. What's a pilot doing that low in New York City and hits a building? In the days that followed, I was reassigned rather quickly as a gate guard and security escort for commercial vehicles coming onto and off of the Academy grounds. It seems recently we've gotten a bit off track, and some of us have forgotten that we are all on the same team, and we have forgotten the blood, sweat, tears, and sacrifice it has taken to build this team. Today is about remembering that 20 years ago, a bunch of heroes stood up out of their seats and took action to protect our team, the United States of America. I have to say, we must be doing something right around here, because all you have to do is look at the plaque at that end of the memorial with Todd and Mark, the pavers along this walkway all the way to the bell, and the plaques we're about to unveil just a bit on the other side of this wall, to realize this town has some grit, and it continues to be a community that will do what it takes to stand up and be counted and take a stand against the evil in the world. Thank you.
Mark, this is your mom. It's 10:54 a.m. The news is that it's been hijacked by terrorists. They are planning to probably use the plane as a target to hit some site on the ground. If you possibly can, try to overpower these guys if you can, because they'll probably use the plane as a target. So I would say go ahead and do everything you can to overpower them, because they're hell-bent. Try to call me back if you can.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ellen Manzo, Executive Board Director for the Veterans Memorial and Support Foundation.
Well, that was Alice Hoagland, the mother of Mark Bingham. And you just heard her voice in that voicemail on 9/11. A flight attendant gets a call from her son, and the son says, "Mom, I love you. I wanted to let you know we've been hijacked. You do believe me, don't you, Mom?" Alice responds, "Yes, I do." And then the call gets disconnected. She tries to call Mark back on several occasions and these voicemails. "Mark, you got to take care of yourselves up there. These guys mean business. They're going to try to use that plane as a missile. They're going to take something else out. Do what you can." And that's what the team of four, the pickup team of four did. They did exactly that. They broke wine bottles to use them as charred glass. They got the fire extinguisher on board. They got the beverage cart to do what they can to careen through that cockpit door.
Hey! Hey! Fire!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce Mayor of the Town of Los Gatos, Mariko Sayap.
20 years ago, I was working in the White House that fateful morning. 20 years ago, I was one of the staff members that was told to flee because Flight 93 had been hijacked. 20 years ago, Mark Bingham and Todd Beamer became my personal heroes. I do think there's divine intervention that allows me to stand here 20 years later because of the heroic actions of two boys that graduated from that high school across the street. Let's not only remember, but let's take that Los Gatos grit we heard about. Let's absorb that. And with that grit, we could be someone else's hero. Thank you all for joining us. And I hope everyone remembers how special it is to be part of the Los Gatos community.
Mountain majesties and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shine.